What's going on, guys? Welcome to your 40-minute upper body and core workout. First workout of December, and we're continuing to build that strength and continuing to push through. What we're gonna do today is superset style. So we're gonna do movement after movement with minimal rest in between. 35 seconds per move, 10-second rest after each. We're gonna alternate between an upper body circuit and a core circuit. So I'll guide you through that, of course. I'll be using my weights today, so if you have equipment, definitely go ahead and grab it. If not, grab something around the house that can act as weights. Grab your mat, grab your water, anything else you may need, and I'll meet you right back here for our warm-up. It's been a little bit since we worked out, so we're gonna get nice and warmed up, back to our standard squats and back extensions, all that good stuff. And then we're gonna run through our upper body and core circuit. So low impact today, we're not gonna be jumping around. You're gonna be pretty steady on the ground. It's a pretty quiet workout. As long as you have your weights and all that, you'll be pushing yourself, you'll be sweating, you'll be feeling strong at the very end. But yeah, no jumping around or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get warmed up, and then I'll talk you through your first 3 moves. Every time we have a 60-second break, I'll show you your next 3 moves. Since we'll be transitioning super quick, I want to make sure that you guys know what's coming up and how to get the most out of your workout. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a standard squat in the middle of our mat. Nice wide stance, legs out a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and then your feet angled out slightly. We're gonna press those glutes down and back. So I'm gonna go ahead and start our timer. Let's go together in 3, in 2, and 1. So I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, had some time off from work, so it was really great to just relax, spend time with the family, and plan December. I'm excited to step up our workouts, continue to build that strength, and continue to push ourselves beyond what we thought we could. Let's go ahead and do one more here, and then go ahead to our hinging motion. So we're doing upper body and core today. Like I said last month, a lot of the time, when you are working upper body, when you are working lower body, you are working your core without even realizing it. You are constantly squeezing those muscles and making sure your form is great. Let's go ahead to the back of our mat, take a walk out to a plank, drop those hips, and shimmy those shoulders. Walk it back to that toe, and right back out to that back extension. Definitely one of my favorite moves to get warmed up, get those arms feeling it, those core muscles, and those legs. Go ahead, stand up and take a lunge out with the right leg and twist over to the right. Get that core working, those arms, those legs. We got about 40 seconds left, so I want you to take any additional stretches you need, some arm openers, some arm swings, anything like that. And I want you to know our first 3 moves. So our first move that we're gonna do is an alternating shoulder press. Pretty standard, keep it here, goalpost, and you alternate arms. After that, we're gonna do a hinge row. So you're gonna hinge at the hips, row like this, and then your last move is a lateral fly with both arms. So we're going in 8 seconds. Grab the weight you're gonna shoulder press. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're goal posting and pressing. Those elbows don't go past your shoulders. Nice tight core, ribs pulled in. It's been a little bit since I got to tell you that, so here we are. Nice and stable. You push right above that shoulder, right back down to goal post, and push right back up. You've got 12 seconds. Then you rest for 10 seconds, and we immediately go in to that hinging motion, okay? In 3, in 2, and 1, go ahead and grab the weight that you're gonna use for that hinge. I'm gonna step it up, and in 4 seconds, we're gonna hinge over at our hips, and we're gonna row, squeezing back. Here we go. You pull those weights right to the bottom of those ribs. Nice tight core, ribs pulled in, squeezing those shoulder blades together. You've got just about 20 seconds here. So keep breathing, keep squeezing those back muscles and resisting on the way down. You've got 10 seconds. Nice neutral head here. For 5. Get ready for our lateral fly in 2 and 1. Go ahead and grab the weights you're gonna use for those lateral flies. Very quick transitions here. We're going in 3, in 2, and 1. Lateral fly. You go up to about shoulder height. Bring it right back down together. I want you resisting on the way down so that you're not like flying around. While it is called a lateral fly, I don't want you flying around, all right? Keep breathing here. Squeeze, kind of hold at the top almost. Then bring it down. For 8, for 6, keep it up. For 3, for 2, 1, you have 1 minute rest. So that's your first upper body circuit. We're gonna go through 3 core movements, and then we're gonna repeat that 1 large circuit all over again. So you got 45 seconds, and what we're gonna do are these next 3 moves. So pay attention, go ahead, grab some water, but know these are your next moves. So first move is gonna be a plank, and you row, alternating arms. Then after that, you're gonna take it to your glutes, lay it down, straight arm above the chest, straight arm sit up right above the head. We've done that before, so we're throwing something in that we know. Next, what we're gonna do after that, get ready in 15 seconds, side plank, you row right across your chest and go back and forth there. 7 seconds, we're gonna go to that plank row. So grab the weight you're gonna use. We're going in 2 and 1. Here we go. Nice wide stance to keep you steady. Core pulled in, glutes down. Those are your checkpoints, along with keeping your wrists pretty in line with your shoulders, and make sure you're not twisting and opening up when you row. You want your chest and your hips facing the ground the whole time. Squeeze those glutes. You get ready for that straight arm sit up in 1. Here we go. Drop one of those weights and drop it down to your glutes. We're going to that straight arm sit up in 3, in 2. Here we go. Lift it above that head, slow on the way down. The weight's above your chest, and then it's above your head when you're at the top. Squeeze that core to bring you up. Your shoulders lift, then your lower back. And on the way down, your lower back hits first, and then your shoulders. You've got 10. Keep it up. Keep breathing here. You're doing that side plank row next, so think about the weight you're gonna use. You rest in 2 and 1. Go ahead, grab the weight you're gonna use. I'm gonna drop it down 1, weight. We're going in 3, in 2, and 1. So, wrists in line with the shoulders. Really focus here. Keep breathing. And you're rowing right across that chest. Now, if you need to stack those legs, go for it. If you want to stagger the legs, also an option. You can drop that lower knee if you need to. That looks like this. So go wherever you need to go today. In 5, you're done in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. 1 minute rest. And then we're going on to do that circuit all over again. So we're gonna go to our alternating press. That's not the right weight that goes there. Maybe it is. We're gonna go alternating press. It's not. I knew it. Okay, alternating press. How many times can I say that? And then we're going to our hinge row and our lateral fly. So this month is all about building that strength. It's slow rest periods for a reason. We're gonna burn out those muscles and we're gonna push that weight to build that muscle even further than last month. So we prepped ourselves for this. We worked on long working periods last month and low rest periods for this reason. 8 seconds, we're going to that alternating press. Grab the weight you're gonna use. We're going in 3, in 2. Here we go. Nice little goal post and press. This is really great, gets your core engaged. From the side, your belly button and your ribs are pulled in. You have a nice soft bend in your knees, and you're squeezing to press up and resisting on the way down. Don't let those elbows drop below shoulder. You've got 7. Keep it up. Keep fighting through that burn. For 2, go ahead and rest. Awesome work. I'm gonna use these same weights actually for my hinge row. So 5 seconds, you hinge at the hips and you row to the bottom of those ribs. Let's go together, here we go. Beautiful work so far. Really squeeze that core muscles, I should say. And you're rowing to the bottom of those ribs. Keep it up for 20 seconds. Breathe. You're exhaling every time you squeeze those shoulders back. Keep those shoulders down and away from your ears. You've got 6. We're going to our lateral fly next. 2, 1, drop those weights and grab what you're gonna use for your lateral flies. Breathe here. You've got 2, here we go. That was a quick 2 seconds, I know. Together and lift. This whole entire workout will fly by, as do most, but this one especially, we're gonna keep moving throughout it. Keep breathing. You've got 15 seconds. So you lift those elbows and those wrists and bring them right down. Those elbows and those wrists stay in line. So when your wrists lift, so do your elbows. One does not go above the other. Go ahead and rest. Awesome work. So next, what we're gonna be doing is that plank row. Can you step up your weights? Can you go heavier than you did last time? Can you be more steady in it? I think you can, and I think I can as well. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bump up my weight, and we're gonna do this together as my little rack is breaking. We've got 30 seconds. So what we're gonna do is that plank row. You're nice and steady in your plank. Nice wide stance, core engaged, and those wrists are in line with your shoulders. You're rowing to the bottom of those ribs again, and that's your first move. After that, you're doing that straight arm sit up, weights above your chest, then above your head. Last one, side plank row, right across that chest. We're going in 5. Let's go in plank in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, if you bumped up your weight, you'll feel it, but squeeze that core to balance on 2 legs and 1 arm. Keep breathing here. Now, if you only have 1 dumbbell or 1 weight, or your wrists, you don't feel confident in keeping your wrists on the weight, you can also keep your hands on the floor like this and grab the weight and row. We're resting in 3, in 2, go ahead and rest. Drop one of those weights, and we're gonna go to that straight arm sit up. In 3, in 2, and 1. Beautiful work here. Those shoulders, then that lower back, then the reverse of that. Really use that core to lift you up. I don't want you using momentum from your arms or those weights to lift you up. Really breathe here. You're doing great. You've got 8. Keep it up for 7. Breathe through it. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. You have 10 seconds. And we're going to that side plank row. So go to that opposite side of what you did last time. Let's go together. Here we go. Row right across that chest. Those hips and those shoulders facing me. Everything stays nice and open. Hips off the ground. Beautiful work here. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Squeezing that core. You've got 10. Keep it up. Breathe through it. And go ahead and rest. 1 minute. And we're on to our next circuit. So I'll show you our next 3 moves, and then we'll start flowing through those. So that's your first circuit. You have 2 more, and then we are done. So first move, hammer curl, then you twist and you do a wide release. So hammer curl, wide release. Going through that, and then an upright row, which looks like this. Standing straight, you row upright to your shoulders, both arms, all that fun stuff. We've done that before. And then your last one, I need these weights one last time. One arm's gonna hold, the other arm is going to curl. Just one arm, and we'll go to the other side after that. So 5 seconds. We're gonna go to that hammer. I'm gonna actually use these weights. Here we go. Hammer and wide release. Once you get that movement down, that rotation, I want you to speed it up a little bit. Pull that core in. Keep those elbows pinned at your ribs. You hammer straight up in front of you, and then a nice wide release. You've got it for 10. Keep it up. Keep breathing. We're going to that upright row after this. So I want you to bump up the weight a little bit if you can. 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. I'm gonna step it up a little bit. We're going in 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice standing straight up, core nice and tight, and you're rowing right to your shoulders, right in front from your hips to your shoulders. Nice straight line. Those elbows go out. You've got 16 seconds. Keep breathing. Those shoulders are starting to feel it, I know. Keep fighting through that burn. You're doing great. Core pulled in. And don't let that upper body swing to help you. Go ahead and rest. Awesome job. Next thing is that curl. So one arm's holding, the other arm is curling. Pick one arm and know you're going to the other side next. After that, we're resting. Go ahead and hold one. Keep breathing through it. That arm is gonna be tired. You were doing some curls already, so keep it up. Exhaling every time you curl. That bicep is gonna be tired, but no, you don't have to do this arm again. Keep breathing for 5. Keep it up for 3, for 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. So you have 1 minute, and then we are doing abs. So your first move is gonna be a sit-up variation. You're gonna grab one single weight, and you're gonna put it over your head. Nice wide stance with the feet. When you come up, you go outside one of your knees, you go back down, come up to the middle, go back down, and out to the other side. That weight stays above your chest the entire time. After that, you're gonna do tabletop weave, where you grab a weight, nice tabletop, and you weave through your legs. Probably a lighter weight there. And then after that, we're gonna do a standing side crunch, so you can have a weight or not. Hands behind the head. You're gonna crunch over to the side, and then kick over to that side. You're gonna crunch over to one side, and side kick to that other side. All right, let's go in 1. Here we go. We're doing those M's. I always try and make a move if it involves a letter and make it an M somehow because, you know, I'm biased. I love the letter M. So keep it up. I call it an M because you're really hitting all the points of an M like this, you know? You know, I'm creative like that. So keep it up for 10. You've got it. Really use that core to lift you up. And now momentum for 2, for 1. Nice rest. I'm gonna grab a lighter weight and we're gonna do that tabletop weave. In 4, those legs hover. In 2 and 1, nice and steady on the top of those glutes. Really pull that core in and find a spot in front of you, whether it be a wall, your computer if you're looking at me, whatever it may be, and focus. So you keep your balance, keep those legs nice and steady. You've got 14 seconds. You keep weaving here. Keep that core pulled in and a nice lean back. That's what really gets that core involved. You've got 2, you've got 1, and rest. Awesome job. So we're going to that side crunch as I trip on my mat. And I'm not gonna use a weight. Let's go together. So crunch over, side kick. Crunch, side kick. Every time you side kick, really balance in that leg that's staying on the ground. I like to keep my arms involved. And trust me, every time I do these kicks, I feel a little bit ridiculous. I know. I'm not a kickboxer. I'm sure my form is not the best, but you know what? Everyone's improving on their form, but this always gets my sides burning. Go ahead and rest. You have 1 minute. So we're going through that circuit one more time. Those upper body moves, back to those core moves, and then you're done with your first circuit, or your second circuit, I'm sorry, and then we're moving on. So catch your breath, grab some water, and we'll meet together for those hammer wide releases in about 35 seconds. All right, so back to that wide hammer curl or that hammer curl wide release. And we are going in 13 seconds. So grab the weight you're gonna use. I'm gonna step it up this time. I want you to do the same. You've got less than 10 seconds, so I want you to push through. You know we have quick transitions. So we're going in 2 and 1. Nice hammer curl and wide release. Hammer curl and wide release. You really keep those elbows pinned at your sides and squeeze through. You're doing an amazing job so far. Keep breathing through it. You've got 15 seconds. Pump up and squeeze those biceps. Really use them here. Don't use momentum. You've got 5. 1 more for 2 and 1. Go ahead and rest. You've got 10 seconds, and we're going to that upright row. That's a tongue twister. I'm gonna step up my weight here. We're going in 2 and 1. Lifting right from our hips up to those shoulders. Keep it going. Keep breathing through. Keep fighting to build that muscle. You've got 15 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep that core pulled in for 10, for 6, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 10 seconds, and we're going to that curl and hold. All right, that single hold and curl. We're going to that opposite arm in 2 and 1. Hold it with one arm, and you curl with the other. Keeping those elbows still pinned to your side, squeezing that bicep, and keeping that arm nice at a 90-degree angle. You've got this. Keep it up. Keep breathing here. Beautiful work. Keep it up for 10. Keep breathing. It's not easy. Come on. We're in this together. For 3, for 2, and 1. 1 minute rest, and we're going on to those sit-up M's. Beautiful work. Grab some water. 1 minute. You got about 50 seconds at this point, and we're going to those M's. So can you step up your weight? Can you engage that core a little bit more? Squeeze it, use less momentum. What can you do to step it up? This month is all about building that strength, pushing yourself, working for longer periods, resting for less period of time. So I want you to step it up if you can. 30 seconds. And we're going back to our core. So we're doing those sit-up M's, those tabletop weave throughs, and then your very last one is that standing side crunch, side kick, little combo. So I'm gonna go ahead and set myself up for the next 2 moves with weights. So 1 weight for my sit-up M's and 1 weight for that tabletop weave. We're going in 5 seconds. So get ready, sit down on those glutes. We're going, here we go. Over to one side, up to the middle, and over to that other side. Beautiful work here. You're doing great so far. Keep it up. Squeeze that core, lift those shoulders, then that lower back. You've got 15 seconds. Let's keep it up here. Keep breathing. Keep engaging that core and keep that weight straight out in front of our chest. You've got 3. Finish off in 2 and 1. Hand rest. Awesome. We're doing that tabletop weave, so we're staying down on our glutes. Nice little hover with those legs in 3, in 2, and 1. So you're balancing really on the top part of your glutes, weaving that weight through and keeping that core nice and squeezed and pulled in. Nice little lean back to really engage that core. Add a little bit of spice. Lean it back a little bit more if you want, but keep that balance. Feet nice and steady. 10 seconds. Keep breathing through this. Core work is where a lot of people find themselves holding their breath. So keep breathing. You've got 2 and 1, and go ahead and rest. Stand it on up, and we're going to that side crunch in 3, in 2, and 1. Nice side crunch, side kick. Side crunch, side kick. Nice and steady. You lean over away. Whoa, as we almost fall. When you try and do slow motion, it's not that easy, huh? So you try and lean away from that leg that's kicking and really allow yourself to kick to the side, but you keep those hips facing forward. You've got it for 8. Keep breathing through it. Keep squeezing for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, there you go. Nice little rest. We're back to our minute rest, and we're moving on to our very last circuit, which I am excited about this one. So what we're gonna do is 1.5 around the world. We've done this last month, or we did this last month, I should say. If you're new to the channel and you've never done my workouts before, welcome. But this is what it looks like. So you go around the world, you stop halfway, bring it back up, and then you finish it out. You go there back and forth, nice and steady, keeping that core engaged. And then we're gonna do diamonds. So lower cheerleader, you meet out here and you bring it up top. So nice little cheerleader movement there and nice little diamond. We're going in 12 seconds. And after that, we're doing a supinated row like that to hammer curl. All right, so let's go. We're doing around the world in 3, in 2, and 1. Up top, stop halfway, and we're right back down. There's a couple different options here. So all you want to really focus on is keeping that core pulled in, slight little bend in the elbows to protect your arms, and that's about it. Really focus on keeping those shoulders down and away from your ears and not using momentum to lift yourself and really using those shoulders. Now you can do this standing. You can also drop it down to your knees and do it this way. Go ahead and rest. So those are your 2 options with that. Diamond, same thing. You can do it kneeling. So up to the sides, up top, and back down. So you're making a little diamond shape. Here we go. Standing is just a little bit more of your core engaged. Slight little bend, core nice and tight. And keep breathing here. Your shoulders will feel this. It's 2 upper body movements back to back. 2 shoulder movements. Obviously, this is upper body movements. It's an upper body circuit. You've got 10 seconds. Those shoulders are burning so much, my brain can't think. Here we go for 3, for 2, and 1. Go ahead, grab your weight for your supinated row and your hammer curl. We're going in 3, in 2, and 1. Nice little hinge. You row, you stand it up, and you curl. Hammer curl, that is. So the reason it's called supinated, I told you guys last month, to think of when you hold a bowl of soup, your palms are open, and that right there is how you remember that supinated is that position. Honestly, that's literally what they teach you in the personal training certification programs. All that is the way that they want you to remember it. So keep rowing for 3, for 2, and 1. Nice 1 minute rest. Awesome. We're doing an alternating dead bug in about 50-ish seconds. So you're gonna grab 2 weights and you're gonna drop it down to those glutes. What you're gonna do, we've done dead bug before, but you bring your feet to tabletop and your arms are straight up above your chest. Your one leg is gonna drop down, and at the same time, your arm's gonna drop down. That weight's gonna tap the ground. You're gonna bring it back up. You're gonna switch to the other side and go like that. After that, you're gonna do a plank, front reach. So plank with weights, front reach, and open up. One side only, and then after that, we're doing side lifts or little mermaids. So you lay it onto your elbow, you bring that other arm, and you bring those feet to that arm. Let's go in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1 to that dead bug. And here, what I really want you to focus on is that core. So those feet are on tabletop, those hands are right above the chest. But when you're bringing those legs and those arms back, almost feel like you're bracing yourself for somebody to punch you in the stomach. So really squeeze that core. A lot of times when you do these movements where you're bringing your legs down to the ground, you're laying, your back will raise off the ground. What I really want you to do is squeeze. Go ahead and rest, squeeze, and focus on driving that belly button to the floor. 4 seconds. We are doing that plank front reach. Here we go. Plank, front reach, open up. Beautiful job here. Core nice and tight and engaged. You really only need 1 weight during this one since we're going to one side only. But keep squeezing. Similar to those plank rows, everything's squeezed, everything's engaged. Nice wide stance. You've got 3, 2, 1, and rest. Drop those weights. We're doing that mermaid. Honestly, you can have a weight if you want, but you don't have to. 3 seconds. What we're gonna do, here we go. You lift those legs and lower them. You're on your glutes, really on like the side part of your glutes and not so much your hip bone. Beautiful work here. You can lay it down or you can prop yourself up on your elbows, whatever floats your boat. You've got 10 seconds. Beautiful work here. Keep it up. Keep those feet together. Go ahead and rest. Awesome job. So that right there is your last and final circuit. So we're gonna go through that one more time. Upper body and core. And then we're cooling it down. So just about 5 minutes left in this workout. Very proud of you. First workout of December. You've got about 35 seconds of rest, so grab some water. On cue, I grab water. And then we're gonna go on. So back to those 1.5 around the world. Can you step up your weight? If you can, I want you to, but I want you to make sure you're keeping your elbows, your arms, everything really safe. So don't pump up that weight if you're feeling your shoulders popping and hurting. I want you to take it easy if you're in pain, okay? I don't want you to push yourself just to push yourself. So we're going into hand 1. If you can push yourself, I want you to meet me there. I'm gonna drop down to my knees just so you can see the full motion. You really resist when you're stopping on that halfway. Resist, hold it for a second, then bring it back up and resist on the way down. It's a really great movement. One of my favorite moves for upper body. I've been doing this for years. I usually do this to warm up, with a really light weight to get everything nice and burning, go ahead and rest. But if you add a heavier weight, you know, it's not as easy as a warm-up. So we're going into and one to those diamonds. You go up to the side, up top. Again, I'm gonna drop down to my knees just so you can see full motion. Side, hold it, and then lift it. Beautiful work here. I'm gonna drop down for the last 15 seconds just so I can make sure I'm not compromising form. I tried to go up and I had to drop down, and that's okay. That's what I want you to know, that it's not a failure. You tried, you did a couple, but you have to drop down. Go ahead and rest. One day, you're not gonna have to drop down, but at least you tried. At least you know. We're going to that row in 2 and 1. Here we go. Nice supinated row and curl. Supinated row and curl. On that curl, those elbows are pinned to your side, and on that row, you're squeezing those back muscles and rowing to the bottom of your ribs. Keep it up for 13. You've got it. You know what you're doing. You've been here before. You know this is your last time being here, for today at least. Keep it up for 2 and 1. Awesome. Alternating dead bug in 1 minute. So just running through our movements one last time. We're doing our dead bug. Then we're doing our plank front reach. And then we're doing our side leg lift, aka our mermaid movement, whatever you want to call it. So about 35 seconds. What I was saying about your core, when you're here and you're dropping your leg and your arm down, if your back is arching off the ground, that's not what we want, and that's not engaging our core muscles. Pull that core in and squeeze your lower back and press it to the ground. And that way you'll really feel like engaged, like you're about to be punched in the stomach. You squeeze and your core presses to the ground. You'll really feel this in your core muscles when you're working. Let's go in 3, in 2, and 1. Nice tabletop. You drop one leg and one arm. That arm can bend slightly to protect that elbow. Really focus on what we just talked about, that core to the ground. Keep those legs in tabletop. Sometimes I focus so much on my core that I let my legs lift up a little bit, but it's all about always improving. Beautiful work. You've got 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. So we are going to our plank front reach. Let's go into and 1. Opposite side than when you did last time. You reach and you twist to an open up. This is where my mat gets all up in, twisted in my feet. But nice wide stance, glutes down, wrists in line with the shoulders, core squeezed. When you open up, you twist to the side of those feet. Let yourself open up and bring it right back down. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. 10 seconds. We're on to that last movement and we're cooling it down. So that mermaid thing that we did, go to the other side. Here we go. I never know what to call this thing. I originally got this movement from Sydney Cummings. If you've never done her workouts, they're amazing, but she loves to do this move and it really gets that core burning. So like I said, you can always go on your elbow or you can drop it down and lift up every time, whatever works for you. Keep squeezing for 5, keep breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. You're done. How amazing is that? Our first workout of December. Congrats. Go ahead and press it back into child's pose. I'm so excited about this month. Great way to start it off. And this workout is exactly what the rest of the month's gonna look like. So a lot of superset movements, supersets or trisets or quad sets, whatever you want to call them. Go ahead and press your hips down to the ground. Sorry, forgot to tell you that. But I figured you guys saw me do it. So lots of multiple movements, little rest in between. That's going to be our standard this month. Go ahead and press it back into a child's pose again. Bring it to tabletop and weave that right arm underneath. A lot of times with supersets and trisets, there's really no rest in between, but I want to make sure that I'm counting time to give us to grab the next weights to transition, because typically if you're not timing yourself, go ahead and switch to the other side, you would take 5 to 10 seconds to transition from move to move anyways. So it's truly triset, superset movements that we're doing, and that is exactly how to build muscle. Go ahead and bring it to the center, kick out your left leg, and reach out to it. So this month, like I've said, last month was about building endurance, muscle endurance, working for long periods of time with little rest. That will get your muscles used to working and just holding weight for a certain amount of period. Go ahead and switch to the other side. But this month is about taking that and adding onto it. So adding more weight, adding multiple movements. So we're working our shoulders, then we're moving into biceps right away, then we're moving into back right away. So your muscles are ready for it and are ready to push further. So we're gonna build our muscle this month. Go ahead and take it to the center and reach out. So each month will be like this. We'll take what we learned last month, build up on it, and get better, get stronger, and improve. So we're gonna continue to build that endurance, but also build that strength. So I'm excited. Next month will be something new. I know the holiday season is very much so upon us. Take any additional stretches you may need, and continue to stretch throughout the day, drink water, all that good stuff. But holidays are upon us, so I know it's crazy times. We're spending time with family. We're not always available all day long as we were a couple months ago. We may be shopping for family and friends and trying to figure out how the heck to manage COVID and see our family and do the holidays in a different way than we've ever done before. So I understand. Work, family, friends, all that good stuff. It's life, but I want you to still be able to take time for you and to come here to work out with me. I'll be here giving you workouts. There's nothing for you to think about. All you have to do is show up and be here for yourself. I want you to understand the movements, the form, technique, and building on higher weights and what muscles you're working and how to improve that, because I want you to understand why you're doing movements and not just come here and do, okay, I'm gonna do some push-ups and do some curls, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. My back kind of hurts when I'm curling or something like that. So I point out these things of how to improve it and how not to feel it in certain muscles you're not supposed to feel it in, and how to feel it in certain muscles you're supposed to feel it in. And I do that on purpose because I'm here to not only guide you as a coach, but I want to teach you and give you pointers so that when you go on to the gym for some reason or for working out with somebody else, if you're not here with me, you have the capabilities to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. So all that is coming, way more on my Instagram and my Patreon. I share tips and tricks, circuit ideas, movements that you can take with you if you're traveling or not at home or you don't have equipment. A lot of things on there, recipes, all that fun stuff. My Patreon, I'm gonna be loading it up with little posts, like blog posts almost, like I was saying, how to improve your form, why we're doing certain things in our workouts, and certain recipes, why we eat certain foods to better improve our sleep or anything like that. So tips and tricks on there, more information. If you have any questions, leave them below or DM me on Instagram. And so much more is coming this month. I'm excited. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you come back tomorrow for more workouts, more fun stuff, more sweaty sesh. All these workouts this month are going to be between 30 to 50 minutes. To make sure that we're building our strength but not burning ourselves out early on in our journey. So come back tomorrow. I'll see you back here. I hope you had a great workout today. Refuel, rehydrate, and get enough sleep tonight. Eat good foods that are great for your body, that you enjoy, and I will see you back here tomorrow. I am so proud of you. Have a great rest of the day or rest of the night, whatever time it is by you, and I will see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.